how to make money online even if you live in New Bedford, Massachusetts. It's really not that difficult once you start getting the hang of this sort of stuff. My name is Ricky Barros, and I have I lived in New Bedford for pretty much half of my life. I was born at St. Luke's Hospital, and then I lived on a street called Durfee Street. I moved there from Durfee over to Chestnut Street, and then I lived from Chestnut, I moved over to Shaman Avenue, and then from Shaman Avenue, I moved to upstate New York for 10 years. And then I found myself back in Massachusetts, where I now live in Westport. So, how can you make money on the internet even if you live in a town of, even a city called New Bedford? It really comes down to a few basic principles. Number one, why do you want to make money on the internet? You have to go back to the reasons as to why are you trying to make more money? And typically, when people living in New Bedford, they are struggling. There is not a very strong economy in New Bedford, especially the South End. You'll go in there and there's just a lot of poverty. There's a lot of drug problems. There's some even, I've heard the stories of people even, there's like human trafficking going down there. And there's a lot of issues at the harbor. And when I used to take walks on Fort Tabor, I would think about um, my life and how, I really it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't achieving much. I didn't feel any kind of sense of greatness. I was really, really shy. And when I was shy, I bottled everything up. And some of you know what I'm talking about. When you get into this state of like you just kind of shut down and you don't want to talk to anybody, you kind of feel like you don't have any self-worth. You feel like you're in this enclosed bubble. You don't want to have anybody try to get in and kind of feel bad for you and try to help you out and kind of have sympathy on you. And you're like, you don't feel valuable when people do that. You don't feel that way at all. What you really want is to wake up in the morning like you're on this, it's a summer day. And it's one of those times where something really amazing is going to happen. You're going on a special trip. I can remember that my father would wake me up at like 4, 6 o'clock in the morning. And even though I was a young kid, as soon as my dad woke me up, every cell in my body just like lit up because it was time to go fishing. And I was going fishing with my daddy. So we were going out. And as soon as I got up, I was not even like, I was fully cooperative. I knew exactly what was going to happen. We were going to go fishing and it was going to be a great time. And we would fish for like 4 hours, just me and him, just going out there. We'd go down Nash Road and we'd go to like some fishing store. We go, I don't even remember if they moved the store or not, but we would go pick up shiners and then we would head over to Saskatoon Pond and what does all this have to do with, making money on the internet? Well, it has everything to do with telling stories of like how people get to that place of like self-worth, how they feel, like when they're in that childlike state where they just want to stay there. It's like how on earth can you get to that point? Well, if you want to work for a job in New Bedford, Massachusetts, you're not going to feel that at all. But if you start the journey and you start taking down the path of entrepreneurship, self-employment, learning a skill. When you learn a skill, then you become unstoppable. Then you can have those childlike dreams come true again. Then you can feel like you're a kid again. But you must learn a skill. You have got to get the internet business world in your mindset. You have to start thinking like internet business mind. You cannot put it, you have to completely put aside employee mindset. There is no boss, there is no supervisor, there is nobody looking over your shoulder. It is just you. And you are the reason why this is all going to succeed. It's because you learn a skill, you took action, and you just had that driven tenacity to get out of the nasty city of New Bedford, to move into the nice, quiet country where the first bird that you start hearing, the first group of birds you start hearing as they start to sing, and you realize that you hit your goal of like, I am in a peaceful place now. Now I'm living in a peaceful place. Now I have what I want. And it's all because you took action. And see, just by like rehearsing that kind of mindset, you're getting excited about it. You are thinking about, I can actually get out of this place. When people learn a skill on the internet, it doesn't even have to be on the internet. If you are a mechanic, if you're an electrician, if you are a plumber, you have valuable information that other people really need. They really need it. So when you learn something that's going to be so incredibly valuable to people on the internet, then you start to build rapport. You start to build, this isn't some push button money-making opportunity. I'm actually trying to push you away from this. Did you just say that? Yes, I did. I'm trying to push you. I'm trying to push the negative people away. I'm trying to push, I'm not saying you're negative, but I'm saying I'm pushing negative people away. I'm saying I'm pushing people away who just don't want anything to do with work, because this is work. An internet business is work. And lazy people ain't going to get it done. There is no push button opportunity that's going to pay the bills. You get up, you show up, you get the job done, you do what it takes, and you get the job done. Well, how do you get started? You start following mentor. You start getting in touch with him. I'm a great place to start, and I can get you going to where you can connect with so many other people who are just in a resource that is just a network of incredible minds. You don't even have to stay with this guy, but you can start here, and you can get connected to the people that you resonate with. You connect with their personality, and then you form business relationships, and you're networking and you're marketing to each other. This is network marketing. This is not for everybody. This is not the kind of stuff where everybody's just gonna just come in here and get rich quick. That is so not true. You know, you're not gonna get that here. No. Get that out of your mind. Put it far away. This is not a microwave business. This is a slow cooker. I just made a slow cooker meal. It's called butter chicken. And butter chicken had all Indian spices in it. I love Indian food. I go to the Indian food place down on Route 6, right across from the Dartmouth Mall. I don't remember what it was called. But they have my chicken vindaloo in there. And they make it pretty good. So I would go there. I'd get it. I've been there a couple times. They have really good naan bread down there. But I made my slow cooker Indian food, and it came out pretty good. Came out pretty good. So you like what you're hearing. You like the thought of starting an internet business, getting engaged, building your audience, engaging with your audience, and then selling to them. Build your audience, engage your audience, sell to your audience. And how do you do that? You know who your audience is, and then you solve their problem. You provide a solution to their problems. When I heard that, that was the moment that things really started to change. It was T. Harvey Eker who said that. He was on a podcast called Knowledge for Men, and he was asked the question, what's the secret to your wealth? You are a successful businessman, you're a millionaire. What is it that you are doing that's giving you the success? He's like, I will give you the secret to what everybody's doing. And he's like, all you gotta do is solve a little problem or a big problem, and that's it. Put that at the end of this. Put that at the end of your when you're looking at something. People buy tools because it's a solution to the problem. People buy hammers so they can solve the problem with the nails sticking up out of the board. People buy skateboards because they want to go skating. It's a solution to the problem. The problem is that they want to be entertained and they want to feel good on that skateboard. You see, when people buy things, they're actually buying the feelings that they're getting out of it. They're actually not buying the stuff. They are buying the feelings that they're going to get out of those things. Wow, this is a lot of information. Alright, so maybe I should stop here. If this is intriguing to you and you want to learn how to really make some money on the internet and how to get your just to get your first commission online so you can get it deposited into your account, you know that this is real. There's a link in the description below. Go click on it right now. And I will see you on the next video. Like and subscribe to this channel. And let's start talking about it.